see in about 75% of application around our industry. As we come over to this side, we have what's called ENT, electrical non-metallic tubing, and we would use this type of raceway in concrete slabs. Notice how very flexible it is. It's all very flexible. It'll come in a reel of approximately 150 meters, and you just peel it out and cut it to however you need. So this is ENT, electrical non-metallic tubing. When you come down here, this is rigid PVC conduit, and if you take a look at it from the side, you'll notice that it is actually quite a thick wall conduit, and it's meant to be used above ground. However, you got to be very careful with it being exposed to, for example, the public or vehicular traffic. It can be damaged if someone actually hits it with a vehicle, but it is a very strong raceway. Now, earlier, I believe I was talking about frost protection, and I was talking about these devices called expansion joints. And lo and behold, here are 3 examples of expansion joints. So here's a 1/2 inch, a 3/4, and what looks like a 2-inch expansion joint. So we use these quite extensively, for example, down at the Massey Tunnel, when cars accidentally hit some of the conduits on walls. And I made repairing conduits actually very easy when we were on night shift. Saved a lot of time. So you had to pull the conductors out, cut the pipe in the damaged section, put the expansion joint in, glue it, and then quickly slide it out, and saved us lots of time in repairing conduits. So we've been using that since the 1990s. So anyway, that is PVC conduit. It is a thicker wall conduit. Now, class, follow me. We are going to go to another class, and we are going to see the sides of different types of conduits, so you can get the feeling of the thicknesses and what it looks like. So follow me. I better get the door so the cameraman doesn't hit the door. Well done, well done. All right. Into the other lab we come. Come on in, class. And lo and behold, I left my code book on the other side. So here we have a panel board, and then we've got this big long thing right here. Any idea what that's called? It's a wireway. So what happens is, this is basically a big, large extension from the panel board that allows us to tap in at any point along this wireway. So we would be bringing our conductors, for example, down a conduit. We would use the wireway as a chase, and up here we would have a knockout with a nipple between the wireway and the panel board, and we would bring our conductors in to terminate onto the panel. Ah, very good. Panel directory. 2 thumbs up there. Not too close. So that is a wireway. It's basically a large opening. Later on, we will be discussing about how many wires you are allowed to install in a wireway. You just can't cram these things full with wires. You have to allow a certain amount of space in there, and that's meant for heat dissipation. So we can only load that wireway to a certain amount of capacity. All right, so as you can see, for example, someone's done a great job at installing electrical metallic tubing. Like I said, very versatile conduit, used probably in about 75% of applications. So follow me, class, and we'll go around the corner and I'll show you the different sizes of conduits and the different types. So over here, once again, we have electrical metallic tubing from this meter stack to this panel board. Someone's done an excellent job at bending this conduit. Great job. And over here, we have our pipe rack. So for example, if you take a look at the length here, you can actually see, for example, this is rigid PVC conduit. Notice how it is actually really thick. It's a very thick wall conduit right here. Next, we have down